Sam, here to talk about the book I just finished reading. I apologize. I cannot put my contact lenses in right now because my nails are so long. If I put my contact lenses in, I won't be able to get them out. So it's glasses until I get my nails done this week. And then once I get them shortened up, I will be able to wear my contacts again. Anyway, that aside, I just finished reading Death by Misadventure by Tasha Alexander. Now, some of this will be a me problem because this is the 18th book in a apparently very long-running series that I was unaware of. I picked this up from a library display, read that it was a Lady Emily mystery, so I knew it was probably part of a series, but I didn't know how long the series already was. I just picked it up because it sounded interesting. It's set in 1906 Bavaria, so it's got the historical element I like. It's a mystery. It's kind of a locked room thing because they're all kind of stuck at this villa in the snow when all these attempted murders are happening. So it sounded interesting. I decided, you know what, I'll give it a go. With mystery series, you never know how much you need to know going in about the characters if they've been established in other books. So some of the issues I had with this book might only be because of that, right? Because this is my introduction to these characters, and they've actually been around and together for a while. So there's that. That said, okay. This book, like I said, 1906 Bavaria, Lady Emily Hargreaves and her husband Colin have been invited to this kind of house party at this very elegant artistic villa by a baroness named Ursula. And her daughter Sigrid is there, and her son-in-law Caspar. And Caspar, so he keeps having these kind of near misses. Somebody takes a shot at him. Somebody cuts through his ski, the thing on his ski boot that holds his boot to the ski, and it's kind of like who's trying to kill him and why. Caspar's best friend Felix is there with his girlfriend Brigitte, and then so there's a cast of characters. There's an art dealer lady who's there because the Baroness collects art. The whole point of the villa is the art, and so this art gallery owner is there to show some art and also help catalog the Baroness's collection. Who else? Anybody else? Oh, Sigrid's longtime guy friend, the guy she grew up with, right? Best guy friend from childhood. Max is there. He's a musician, so people are oh, maybe he's jealous and he wants to get, everybody's kind of got a reason. It's one of those things, right? Everybody, there's a potential reason for any one of these people to want to kill the guy or whatever. Interspersed with the 1906 chapters are these 1868 chapters about King Ludwig and this guy he meets and falls in love with named Niels. And you assume they're there for a reason, and it comes to a very, kind of predictable conclusion, and the way it ends up being tied into the current mystery, my problems, I had a couple with this book. Number one, it was just really predictable, and the ultimate solution to the mystery it just felt like it had been done a gazillion billion times, and, setting it in 1906 Bavaria, and having ties to King Ludwig or whatever, that wasn't unique enough to make this interesting, to give it a pass for all the cliche, obvious, predictable, paths it went down, okay? The ending's very Scooby-Doo, in my opinion. Also, and again, I'm coming in late to this, but I'm supposed to believe that Lady Emily and her husband Colin are fiercely in love, and I'm also supposed to believe that King Ludwig and, his boyfriend are fiercely in love. And I felt none of that in any of this writing. I mean, I'm told it, like, Lady Emily's chapters are told from her point of view, and so I'm told how she feels, and the dialogue obviously reflects that they love each other and all this stuff, and that that they're attracted to each other. But I felt nothing from the relationships that were supposed to be passionate. And that was true for the Ludwig and Niels stuff too. Like, I was like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to believe that they've fallen in love or they are falling in love, but it just didn't hit for me for some reason. I don't know. It just did not feel true. And when you're talking about, something where, like, a lot of stuff hinges on that, and it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. So in the end of the day, I gave this book 3 stars. It's really probably more like a 2.8 for me, a little bit less than 3, because it's competently written. I was interested to see where it went, despite kind of having an inkling where it was going. And, yeah, and it's not long. It was only like 280 something pages. So, but it did feel like it was dragging at times, because there was this, like, kind of constant, it was, an incident would happen. Colin and Lady Emily would, have a conversation and talk to a bunch of people and come to some conclusions, and then we'd have a chapter about King Ludwig, and then we'd go back to another incident happens, and Colin and Lady Emily would have a conversation and talk to a bunch of people and come to some conclusions, and then it was very, like, repetitive in a way, and then the solution just wasn't even that interesting. So there was that. I'm sorry if you can hear the cat. I'm going to let him in just a moment. But yeah, so that is Death by Misadventure. I don't know that I would go back and read earlier, like, books in this series, although a lot of the reviews said that the latest books were not have not been the best ones, especially since I guess the author has started doing these kind of 2 timeline books where, like, there's kind of a flashback thread and a current thread. Maybe the earlier books are better? I don't know. In any case, if you've read any of Tasha Alexander's Lady Emily books, let me know your thoughts. Or if you have some, like, suggestions about other books that I might like that do this but better, let me know that too. And until next time, take care.